friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I am back strong with budgeting videos in 2024, or at least that's the hope. I am so excited to be sitting down to film my January budget. I am very much out of practice, so if this video's all over the place, I apologize, but I've got my fuel here, my Diet Coke, I've got pens, although I should have probably grabbed erasable pens, but I did not, so we'll just have to see how this goes. I've got my rough draft, I've got my budget planner, and I have my budget printables. I am so excited about my new design for January, and I am equally excited to announce that you can now get my budget printables as part of my brand new channel membership. I am so excited about my membership. It is a paid addition to my channel. You're still gonna see plenty of free content here on my channel. I wanna make that clear. If you click the red subscribe button, it's completely free. You're still gonna be seeing all kinds of content here on my YouTube channel that will not cost you anything. If you're interested in bonus content, if you're interested in live streams, if you're interested in my budget printables, the only way you're going to be able to get them now is through my channel membership. My Etsy shop is still open at this time because it has some older designs still on there and available. But for all of my new designs in 2024, the only way you'll be able to get them is joining the top tier of my channel membership. And here is my January budget printables. Look at how beautiful this design is. I apologize for the shadow. I've got my overhead light on and my overhead tripod, so you're seeing the shadow of my tripod here. I did my best to kind of work it out in editing, but I think you're still gonna see it. Super sorry about that, but look past that and look at how pretty this design is. I was inspired by the puzzle advent calendar that I did all throughout December. If you missed my Vlogmas series, check it out. I vlogged every single day in December. Very exciting. And the pattern for that advent calendar was just a really nice snowy winter scene and very much reminiscent of this. I was inspired when I saw this pattern on Canva. I knew I had to use it. Look at how pretty it is. So with the top tier of my membership, you will gain access to these beautiful January printables. You will get both the dated add-on, which includes the January worksheet here, the 2-page dated calendar, and the January overview. In addition, you will also get the undated worksheets. So you will get all of these. The budget. That way, if you don't want to use this pattern in January, you really love it, but you want to use it next December, or you want to use it in February or whatever, you can do that. You can just put in your own dates here on the undated calendar. You'll get the monthly overview as well. You'll get a monthly budget. You'll get a sinking funds page, a transaction log. Mine is actually messed up. One of the lines accidentally got moved in printing, but the one that you get won't have that error. I've already fixed it. You'll get the paycheck budget and the cash breakdown, and you can print these as many times as you want. You just download the file and you can print it, you know, a dozen times if that's what you want. You get an expense tracker, a weekly check-in. You get my 2-page hybrid budget, which is a unique budget that I created in order to track everything monthly and to check in weekly. And this is what I'm going to be working on today in this video, is filling this in, this monthly section. So that's exciting. You'll also get a debt tracker, which I will be sharing debt updates as part of the exclusive videos that are available through my membership. You get a spending comparison, you get a notes page, and you get this patterned paper. I have printed all of mine and punched them using an arc punch so that I can get them put into my budget planner. You can bind these any way you want. They are 8.5 by 11 pages, and they're just a great way to keep track of all things budget related. And I'm really excited to use it, and I'm really excited to share it with the top tier of my membership. You'll get a new pattern every single month. And this bundle of worksheets, it'll be the same worksheet, just with a brand new pattern each month. So I'm really excited about my channel membership. I'm excited about getting back to budgeting in the new year. You'll see budget content on my channel just as a regular subscriber, but you'll be getting bonus budget content if you're a member. So lots of fun budgeting content coming in 2024. Let's get these worksheets into my planner and start budgeting for the month. So let's go ahead and skip ahead to my hybrid budget, since that's what I'm going to be working on today. Sinking funds we'll do in a separate video. Don't know that I'm going to be budgeting by paycheck in 2024, but I printed it out so I could show it to you, and so that I'd have it just in case I needed it. I might use this cash breakdown to get cash out of the bank for my sinking funds, but that's a separate video. Expense tracking, where I track every single thing that I spend throughout the week, will most likely be a channel membership video, but I haven't fully decided yet. So to be determined on that. Let's go ahead and start filling in my hybrid budget worksheet. So as I mentioned, this worksheet is a fun way to budget because it has spaces for budgeting monthly, and it also has kind of a weekly check-in built right in. So what I like to do is create a monthly budget for things like groceries and miscellaneous expenses and all of that. I set an overarching monthly goal, but then I check in with it weekly in this weekly section. So I like to keep track of what I spent in week 1 of January and then how much of that budget is remaining. Just helps me to stay on track, because if I don't keep track of it, what I tend to do is spend the entire budgeted amount in the first 2 weeks of the month, and then I'm like scrounging or going over budget in the second half. So checking in with that budget on a weekly basis helps me to stay on track. And that's why I created the hybrid budget, so that it's everything I need in one 2-page spread. So here in the monthly section, I'll list out my monthly bills, I'll list out my monthly grocery budget, my eating out budget, my miscellaneous budget. But then those things that those categories that I'm spending money in throughout the month, I'll check in once a week. So there's a section for each of the weeks, including a 5th week, because some months do have 5 weeks, including January. There's a little section here for savings, so I can keep track of, deposits to my savings account. There's a section here for sinking funds. I like to set money aside in cash for things that I know are coming up throughout the month. And I call those my sinking funds, and this is where I can break that down here. And then any extra debt payments that I make throughout the month can be listed out here to help me keep track. So we're not going to be messing with any of this today. All that we are going to be doing is filling in this monthly section, and then I'll come back once a week and check in with you and let you know how I'm progressing throughout the month. So I'm going to start out in this monthly section by just listing out all of my bills, and I have quite a few bills. I do not share my income here on my channel. My husband and I have decided to keep that private, but I do go ahead and list out most of my monthly expenses, not absolutely everything, just for the sake of privacy, but most of them I will have listed here, starting out with my lot rent, my water, and my cable. I used to list this out individually, but for the sake of streamlining everything, all 3 of those bills get paid in one lump sum at the beginning of the month. So I'm just gonna have it be one line item in my budget. I'm gonna call it lot rent just cause that makes it easy for me, but just know that it's lot rent, it's my monthly cable bill, and it's my water all lumped up together. We did have a lot rent increase. If you're confused about lot rent, what that is, we own our home. It's a mobile home, but we rent the lot that it sits on. We are in a mobile home community, so that's what that is. And the amount that I am budgeting for all 3 of those things is $800. All right, next up I have subscriptions. And these come out various times throughout the month, but I've lumped them all in one, again, because I have so many of them and it's just easier for the sake of the budget. If I have it all on one line item, every single one of these is set to auto pay. So I don't even need to think about when they're due. They just come out automatically. And at the end of the month, I will tally everything up and put in an actual amount. But for now, I'm just going to lump it all together as subscriptions. Think things like my Netflix subscription, our BarkBox, we have Hulu, I have YouTube Premium, I also have a couple of YouTube memberships. I am members of some of my favorite YouTubers' memberships. That'll be lumped in here. I'm also a member of a few people on Patreon. That'll also be lumped in here, so it's quite a few things all on one line item. So the amount that I am going to budget for that, and I am rounding up, is $250. So it's not just subscriptions. Basically anything that's set to auto pay is here. So if it seems like a lot, that's why. It's not just subscriptions, but that's kind of the word I'm using as the umbrella to encompass all of those things. We have a storage unit. And for that, I am going to budget $100 a month. Next up, I have DTE, which is our electric bill. We are on budget billing, and I'm going to budget $220 for that. We have car insurance. We have quite a few cars on this car insurance policy. It's myself, my husband, my oldest son, and my youngest son now. All of our cars, plus our camper is on this car insurance. And we're paying $500-ish a month. My oldest son does contribute to this. When I write in my income, I include the money that he gives us for his portion of the bills in with the income. And that is how I figure up that. Rather than having all of his bills be separate, it all just comes out as one lump sum and he pays me the difference. Hopefully that makes sense. I have my golf cart. We have a golf cart that we use at our camper, and the amount that I'm going to budget for that is $150. We also have our actual camper payments, which is $200. I have Michigan Gas, which is $55. All right, so we're looking at $7,400. Now those numbers are extreme. They're not the norm. I definitely budgeted high on a lot of things. We're bringing money into the new year from last month. So, you know, you're not going to see numbers this high in the future, most likely. It's just kind of what I'm doing to get us started for the year. And yeah, hopefully that will do really well. So I will come back on a weekly basis and check in with this budget, see how we're doing. If you are interested in seeing that, make sure that you click the subscribe button so that you're notified every time I post a new video. And if you're interested in more in-depth budgeting videos, debt updates, expense tracking, that sort of thing, definitely check out my channel membership. You'll have videos to look forward to there. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching and being patient with me. I know that I have not been around with budget videos in a very long time, and I'm very excited to get back to it. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!